Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. The trusses went in yesterday and I made 2 videos of that so it didn't get too long. But the second video I did the bolting and adjusting of the trusses. Today I have to do more of that and some other stuff. I'll tell you about that in a minute. What I need to get done today is bolt the last 3 trusses. That end truss there, this one, and that one all need bolting. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I need to do is get all this bracing up there. The bracing goes on the lower cord, and then I have bracing for the upper cord. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the upper cord. I might have to do it with a tall ladder. That remains to be seen, but it has to be done. So I got bolting, then bracing, and then finally there's a girt that runs along the top on both sides all the way across, and I have top girts on the front to get in as well. It's a lot of work, but today is like a perfect day for it. No wind, so I'm going to get as much done up there as possible. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain at about 1 o'clock. So I'm hoping I can work till 1 o'clock tomorrow too and get all this stuff done. It'd be great if I could get it done today, but I really doubt that's going to happen. But it's never going to get done if I don't get started. So let's get started with this very back truss. That's been sitting in the sun for a little bit and is dried off. We had a heavy frost last night. Yeah, that looks just fine. So what I'm going to have to do is unfasten it everywhere I fastened it and then yank it. Whoo, I almost hit that. Yank it over flush. Yeah, I have, about 1 inch right there. Hi, kitty. You are so brave. Yank it over about 1 inch until it's flush on this side, and then put a bunch of temporary fasteners in it again. And when I go to the store, which is going to be tomorrow once it starts raining, I'll get the final fasteners for this and get the front and back fastened in place permanently. All right, let's get to it. Okay, all the temporary fasteners are out and my catch rope is in place. Now, I just got to take that last spax out. I have to take this whole brace off, and then I'm going to pull the truss that way until it's flush with the column and refasten this, and then take off all this temporary bracing. When I put the permanent bracing on, I'll just pull something out, put something in, and all will be well. I believe I showed this yesterday, but I'll show it again. What I did, I put a clamp up here fairly tight. It has to allow for this to move. And then I clamped this clamp onto this supporting block here and the other end onto the edge of the truss. Yanked it over, and then I just put a 4-inch screw up here. Now I'm going to take this clamp off and clamp this in nice and tight, put another 4-inch screw in, put another 4-inch screw right here, and then I'm going to put a 3/8-inch spax up here, and then I'm going to work my way to the other end, get this all fastened up, and then it's just 2 more columns to go. Those get bolted. I forgot to mention, when I go to town, I'm going to get some big old 1/2-inch spax, and there's going to be one at the top and one at the bottom, just like the bolts there. But what I do today is going to be more than strong enough to hold this until that happens. I started to put temporary fasteners in this center stuff, and then I remembered that I already have the specs for that. These are, 3/8 by 6. Those are for non-treated wood, and this center stuff, the specs go right into that non-treated wood right in the center. The outside stuff needs to be for treated wood because it goes right into the column. So I still have to do the outside corners, but the center part is completely done. Now onto that bolted stuff. I had to show this real quick. This is the first truss that is in exactly the right spot where I can just drill the holes and put the bolts in. Every other one needed a little bit of tweaking. These were tweaked a lot as we put them in because the truss would be way back here, but we just yanked them as close as we could to the outside of the column and then threw these screws in real quick and then went on to the next truss. All right, this one will go quick, and then I actually only have two more. I just did the one down there, so getting close. All right, I am back from lunch, and a neighbor stopped by and was chit-chatting, so I'm kind of behind. I went through all the trusses and marked 32 inches in from that web right there, which is 12 feet from the outside edge. So 12, 24, 36. That'll give me two evenly spaced braces. Those should go pretty easy. What I'll do is just stand them up, get up on the ladder, and push them up into there. And they're already marked. Let me see if I could show you that real quick. Right here. They're already marked where they're going to go. So all I got to do is go up there and screw them into place. The top ones are going to be a little more difficult. One of my subscribers recommended using a nail. You just put it in and then that'll keep it from sliding down. So I believe that's what I'm going to do. I might use screws, not sure, but that's how I'll get the top ones in. The top ones are going to be much harder than the bottom ones. Hopefully I can at least get this bracing done today and then get the girts done tomorrow, but not going to get anything done if I don't get moving. Okay, getting a little ahead of myself here. I got all of the lower bracing in and one side of the upper bracing. And like I said earlier, I got the dimension 12 feet in because this is 36 feet wide. I wanted them at about a third because I'm only putting two in. And what I did was use my step ladder and went from one end to the other, and I found the dimension from here over to that 12 feet and used that to get my mark all the way down. Then I slid my boards up on one side and walked up the ladder with the other side, got them up on top, and then you just got to get them lined up this way and put two screws in them and then do the next one and on and on. The upper ones, on the other hand, are quite different, and I'm going to show you the entire other side how I got these in. With the lower bracing in, I can use my taller ladder and just lean that on the lower bracing, and then the upper bracing is going to go at the nearest purlin mark to the top of the ladder. And the hardest part of doing these upper ones is disassembling and moving this big old ladder. So I figured out a way where I would only have to disassemble and move the ladder every 2 bays, and I'll show you how I did that. The first thing I got to do is go up there and put a screw in as a dead man that's going to hold the board. Then just slide the ladder to the other side and put a screw in over here as well. All right, here's my mark right here. So I take a screw and create a dead man, which is just an inanimate object that's giving you a helping hand. About right there. Now I got to slide the ladder over there. You can't walk across these. Slide the ladder over there and put one on that one as well. It's a major pain in the butt to get this from bay to bay, but going from side to side in one bay is real easy. I'm putting these screws just underneath the line. And then when I put the board in, I will just screw it into place right where it is. This was the bottom truss and it's filthy. Okay, so when I dragged that board up there, it was resting on the two screws, which were right on the money where it needed to be. I pulled a screw out of my tool belt, got one screw in, and then pulled the screw out that was holding it up and put that in for the second screw. I did that on both of these. This right here is not screwed in place. I'm going to go up and screw that right now. You could see that I have my ladder leaning against the bracing here. This is plenty strong, especially when you're right next to a truss like that. And you can stand on it to a limited extent right next to a truss as well. Okay, you can see the lines are right there, and then the line on the truss is down here. Pretty easy to line up. I doubt that you'll be able to see this, but then a little weight on it will hold it in place. And another screw. And I'm going to pass another board up and do the middle section. Bada bing, bada boom. I almost forgot. This second board gets a dead man down below this because the board goes below this one, and this will just hold it in place while I get it onto the other side. Hope that makes sense. It'll make sense in a little bit. So now we're done here and here, so I can move the ladder 2 bays again and get this one screwed in. Then I got to get a screw over there, bring another board up, and this next one can rest on top of that because it goes above it. Gonna do a proof of life here. She hasn't been by people for, I'm guessing it's about a month now. So she's a little skittish of humans, which is a good thing. Okay, if it looks a little darker than just a couple seconds ago, that's because the camera crashed like 5 times in a row. I have no idea what the heck happened with this, but it seems to be working now. So, all my bolting and bracing is done. I just got to get those girts up tomorrow. It's supposed to start raining at about 1 o'clock, and it's going to be a little bit windy tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be too bad. With any luck, I'll be able to get all these girts on. And once it does start raining, I'm going to run to the store and get the grade board lumber for about half of this. That stuff is really heavy treated lumber, and I don't think my truck will handle all of it in one trip. It would just sit around if I did get all that anyways. So once these girts are in, I'll be going back and forth between the grade boards and the purlins, depending on the weather. So that should be pretty interesting. I got the place pretty well cleaned up, and I got all the bins in the back of the gator. I have all of the tools that I don't want to get wet in these bins. I got my tool belt and all that stuff ready to go, and this way I can just pull this to the area where I'm working, and I'll have everything I need right there. This should be pretty interesting. Okay, so tomorrow it'll be girts, so if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.